pro-Trump columnist Hugh Hewitt resigns from Washington Post after controversial interview. Conservative commentator and longtime pro-Trump columnist Hugh Hewitt has dramatically resigned from the Washington Post. The sudden departure followed a heated interview during which Hewitt stormed out, accusing fellow columnists of unfair practices. His resignation marks a significant shift in the newspaper's lineup and has drawn wide attention across media circles. The tense interview and Hewitt's decision to leave. Hugh Hewitt, known for his conservative viewpoints, recently took part in an interview that escalated quickly. During the conversation, Hewitt accused columnists Jonathan Capehart and Ruth of airing the most unfair election ad. Hewitt argued that the coverage was biased, especially in the lead-up to a critical election period. Sources close to the incident report that Hewitt abruptly left the interview and shortly afterward announced his resignation from the Washington Post. His decision to leave was described as firm and final, signaling a deep division over editorial standards within the paper. Criticism of fellow columnists. In his final comments, Hewitt did not hold back. He specifically called out Jonathan Capehart and Ruth, two of the paper's well-known liberal voices, for their handling of political topics. Hewitt alleged that their views represented an unfair perspective that ultimately alienated conservative readers. According to him, the editorial slant has become one-sided, prompting his departure. Reactions from media and public. The resignation of such a high-profile columnist has sparked intense reactions. Supporters of Hewitt have praised him for taking a stand, viewing his departure as a protest against perceived media bias. Meanwhile, critics argue that Hewitt's complaints about bias ignore the diversity of opinions in major publications like The Washington Post. Future plans for Hugh Hewitt. Hewitt's future plans remain unclear, but speculation abounds that he may pursue independent media projects. Given his reputation, it's possible he will leverage his following to create a platform that aligns more closely with his conservative views. As Hewitt explores new opportunities, his departure from the Washington Post is sure to influence conversations on media bias and the role of diverse political voices in mainstream news.